now? Good morning, everyone, and Assalamualaikum. I'm here from Synchroweb. I'm going to present to you regarding Omaya, our software called Omaya. Okay. So, Omaya is a data analytics and management system. Okay. As for now, we have three versions of Omaya. One is called Omaya Crowd, Omaya Workspace, and the second one. And the third version is Omaya Vision. All right. So for Omaya Crowd, we provide analytics and forecast in a venue by checking their digital devices such as mobile phone, smartwatch, laptop, and so on. Right. So for Omaya Workspace, it's a location tracking for personnel and asset, 24/7 monitoring for safety and security. It is basically, it will track all the personnel, for example, like staff, visitor, and also asset. All right. So, and then for Omaya Vision, it is analytic and automation using vision technology from digital camera. Right. Okay. So we move to Omaya Crowd first. Right. Okay, how Omaya Crowd works, right? So basically to detect and track user device when they enter your venue in also utilities other sensor to detect movements such as infrared sensor and as well as a camera technology. So it means that, okay, for example, we install an AP in the shopping mall. So the AP must be able to have a location beacon, and then the AP will integrate to our Omaya system. All right. And then once we enable the location tracking system, once you enter into the mall with your device, your wireless device enabled, then it will able to detect, the AP will be able to detect your wireless devices. Then the data will send to Omaya to do the analytics, right? So in a traditional way, this method we are using by labor extensive using personal account using a counter, right? This method is unreliable and labor extensive. The next evolution will be using our solution, the infrared and Wi-Fi or camera. So it means that traditionally we use a manual counter to count how many visitor or personnel come into the premises, right? So so for the Wi-Fi sensor, right, there's two types of it. Okay, one is a present, another one is a triangulation. Okay, so for Omaya Crowd, it can utilize as low as one sensor to able to scale up for complex setup to detect triangulation for accuracy. All right. So let me take a look first. Okay, if you have any question, you can just drop the chat here. So I will be answering all your questions inside. All right. Okay, on the on the Wi-Fi sense, there's two types. One is the present with one AP only. Okay, for to detect more accurate, you can do a triangulation by enable at least three APs in the premises, so it can detect where is the exact location of the device. So present is only detect the presence of the device. Right? So for Omaya, for vision mode, okay, vision mode in the Omaya Crowd, we utilize compatibility digital CCTV to analyze traffic flow. For example, in a shopping mall, we install the camera at each of the entrance. So by doing a line counter mode, you can detect how many people enter the mall and exit the mall. So that is the purpose of the Omaya counter mode, right? To get more accuracy enhancement, our pattern technology enable us to provide high degree of accuracy, such as using our fingerprint on mapping location sensing accuracy, right? So once what we do is to enhance the accuracy, we need to do a calibration on each of the sites, right? So we also in the software also able to resolve the random address issue as well as the grouping of the user with a multiple device as one unit. This software also compliance with the GDPR and PDPA on other privacy compliance requirement, right? So for analytics, okay. As for now, do you guys have any question to raise before I move into the analytics part? Anyone? So I move on to the analytics part. Okay, for traffic, how the movement in the venue, what we can have in the Omaya solution, all right? So based on the traffic, we can know how the movement in the venue, all right? We also can know the ratio of the new user and the returning user, and we can know how long the user stay in one location and what is the peak hour and non-peak hour. So with the reports in the Omaya crowd, we can know all those information. So with that information, there's we believe that the method of make sense of chaotic data from the data that crowded, we do the analytics and we do a decision. So the decision will have a result, right? So for example, this is the sample of the dashboard of the Omaya overview, right? So in the dashboard, it provides you hourly visitor numbers, okay, daily visitor pass by visit, and average dwell time, right? So Omaya dashboard provide an overview and alert on how key metric and performance of your venue overall. Okay, you can drill down into view specific venues and its metric, right? So this another sample of report for venue benchmark. All right. So for this benchmark report, you also can know how many total device detected, what is the average pass by, and what is the average visit user, right? What is the average engaged user? Okay, so there's three types of user on the Omaya crowd. There's a pass by, engage, and a visit. Okay, pass by is a pass by user where where the user is not getting into the premises. Okay, visit is where the user is only have a short visit within a range of time that we have configured. If for engaged user, it is called a user that is longer from the visit parameter, right? So in this report also, you can see what is the average dwell time of each of the engaged user. For example, and at this report on the pantry itself, the average user that go to the pantry is 23 minutes. So this is this you can analyze where is the location that each of the most of the user is dwell at that place, right? So visit analytics. The visit analytics provide you information on users' behavior within your venues. It will do comparison between how many users pass by, visit into your store, and how many engaged users. So in this report, you can see the differences between how many users visit, pass by, and engage. All right. So in visit analytics also, you can view it weekly, weekly time by Heatmap to find which are the busiest and low period in the day within the weeks. Right. So, another reports that have in the Omaya crowd is entry and exit. So with this entry and exit, analytics provide bounce rate and ratio how many users actually enter your premise and exit your premise. Enter at one location and exit at one location. For the report itself, you can see the bounce rate of the percentage of each of the location. Right. For dual time report, okay. So for this, you can see by range of date which of the day that you will have user dwell at each of the place. For example, there's a, is it less than 15 minutes or is it 15 minutes to 30 minutes, 30 minutes to 1 hour, and etc. So in this graph, in this report, you can see the numbers of user that dwell at the specific location. Right. So we also in the Omaya also you can understand the loyalty of the visitor as well. So each of the day, there will be a new user, a new visitor, and also a repeated visitor. So with this value of data, you can know, is it your premise, the visitor, is it how many regular customer and how many is a new customer. All right. So with that, maybe you can blast more promotion of the products to your regular rather than to visitor. So it depends on how is the business plan to boost up the sales, right? So from this report, you can understand the loyalty of the customer. All right, and then for the venue heat map, this is for the triangulation mode where you can see where is the location that most of the user is visit. For example, you have a store and then you install with 4 APs, then you can see where is the location most of the user visit at each of the time. For the cross visit, okay, for the cross visit, analytics provide you information on how user visit your brand store or venue, how many visit your store around the region or country. If you have a multiple sites, then you can know how often and what is the count that the user visit from each store to another store, right? For the cross path, okay, ever you wonder how does your user move around your venue? Okay, for this, you can know how many, what is the 3 step of the visitor most path. So means that the cross path for the next 3 path mode. So it's like, for example, you have all the user from pantry going to the workspace and going to the reception and go back to the pantry again. So at this So from the pantry, you can see how many paths going to the workspace and how many going to the reception. So with this value of the data, you can do for example, a promotion or campaign or an event at that certain place of and a certain time, right? So, yep. So that's all about on the Omaya crowd. We are going to move to Omaya workspace. Right, you guys have any question? All right, so we move to workspace, right? So just now, Omaya crowd is more towards visitor, guests, and more to a public. I can say like that, more to public users. All right, so we can see how is the pattern of the user behavior. I mean, what is the new visitor value and regular customer value and the new customer value. All right. But for Omaya workspace, it is more to industrial or to a specific organization. For example, with the Omaya workspace, we can see what is the each time asset enter and exit a certain space or certain place. All right, we can do taking a stock. Okay, map which the asset located at. All right, monitor and analyze the alerts. So with the Omaya workspace, we actually keep track on the personnel or a visitor or an asset. So this is by using a BLE beacon. Okay, I will explain that more. Okay, so for the application of this Omaya workspace, it is more designed to industrial 4.0, plant safety, healthcare, airports, and offices. Okay. So for industry and logistic, so the asset tracking application, it can do a search and find, okay, asset utilization and inventory, order and material traceability, employee visibility and safety. So what is the business outcome of that? Make a better decision, control throughput, improve returns and net asset, reduce lead time, and improve cash flow. So application asset tracking for healthcare. Okay, search and finds, staff and patient visibility and safety, key asset management and inventory, improve regulatory compliance. Okay, for outcome, boost productivity, improve patient safety, reduce asset and management costs. Okay, what is how does it work for Omaya workspace? So for Omaya workspace, right, you will the personnel or the asset will have each of the tag. For example, this tag. Okay, it utilizes primary BLE technology to scan to scan BLE to scan BLE tag that is attached to a personnel or asset. Okay, so and then wireless sensor mount into the equipment and continuously stream to the Omaya workspace. So meaning that this is a BLE tag. So the BLE tag will send the data to the AP itself that have a BLE beacon. From the AP, will directly send to the Omaya system to do an analytics. Okay, example of the tags that that support with the Omaya. As for now, we do support a personal tags like this. Is a personal tag is a button equipped IP65 compliant tag for people. So this actually it will provide to a visitor or employee, right? So each of the visitor and employee will have this tag, right? Carried into the organization. So in that specific area, you will have Omaya can track where is the location of this tag itself. Right? This is an asset tag where this tag is placed into devices or equipment or a machine. So this is only a small scale of a tag, but you can able to detect where is the location of it. The size is slightly same as a golf ball, right? This is a new lanyard tag where this can be carried by employee itself, right? So for the overview of the dashboard of Omaya workspace, so how many tags is the active tag, right? You can see how many current visitor and where is the most occupied each zone. So asset management is where you can do an asset tracking where you assign an asset to a tag. So for example, this laptop is assigned to this tag. So whenever the laptop is placed or moved, you can track in the Maya system. Right. For the visitor management, each of the visitor who registered uh, into the premise to enter the premise, you will be assigned to this tag, and with the tag you can also assign to which employee that you want to assign to, and which area that you want to assign to the visitor, right? So for the employee management, each of the employee will carry out the tag itself. So with that information, you can also do employee attendance. So with this attendance record, you can know how many numbers of days that this employee present and what is the absent day, which day is the sick day, on leave, and working days, how many working days that. So it will view in the in the employee attendance record as well. So this also can be exported to your HRM solution, right? With this tag also and Omaya, you can see the lateness reporting. So with this report, you can see what is the late duration at the specific date and time, right? So, for example, Yusuf is supposed to start a shift at 9 and end the shift at 5, but then the lateness of the attendance will be counted here as well, right? So for the alert management, you can be it can be a flexible rule management. So for example, um, for example, the tag or a visitor enter a wrong place or enter and not allowing place, so that sorry, so that the alert will trigger into the system as well. So the person in charge will need to assign to the security or to us to the admin personnel to check whether where is the location of the visitor itself. Okay, this is the alert monitoring. So on each of the tag, you will also have a button to click. All right, in the event if there is an emergency of or a panic button, so that button will trigger an alert to Omaya system, and it will notify the admin personnel as well. So that is a alert panic triggered in with the button of the tag itself. Right. Okay, from the Omaya workspace also, you can monitor the visitor behavior or the visitor monitoring or tracking. Right. So yeah, you can see where of the each tag going to which location. Okay, so for the user and asset tracking, this also can be tracked via the the BLE tag. All right. So you can select which of the tag devices on which date and find the user or the tag. So it will send a information that at this time of period of time the tag is at this venue and dual how many and what is the MAC address. Okay, with all the tags that have been registered into the system, for example, you have 100 tags in the system, so you can monitor each of the tag information. For example, the battery level. Okay, when is the last click? When is the last detected? What is the temperature? The last temperature that been scanned. Okay, last humidity, last position, and what is the last zone? So all this information, if in the event if one of the tag missing, you can see where is the last zone to be located at. Okay, for visual tracking, we'll have a real-time view of the all employee and visitor and the asset in the live map. So, for example, this is the layout. You can see where is the location of the tag in the layout. Okay, rules automation. One of the key features of Omaya workspace is automation. All right. Using rule automation, you can set up functional rules to optimize the safety, operational productivity of your workspace. Right, such as rules on the button is pressed on the tag for calling help or accept tag button for security to ensure patrol is done. Right. Or entry of restricted zone to certain personnel at any given time set. Right. So you can set any of rule management, for example, button click, enter, place, enter by group, how many location, time at that specific time and place. Right. So for the rule management example, you have tags. For the tags, you can put what is the battery level to trigger, how many button click you want to trigger, how the message or alert, dwell time, and absent. Right. For a spaces, the entry time or the exit, okay, detected, is it the tag detect at that place, then trigger the rule, or is it it reach the certain temperature reading and it will trigger alert, or the count itself. For example, at that space, if Omaya detect 100 devices at that place, it will trigger the alert message. Right? It also can based on the start time, end time, selected days, and daily. So it can be triggered by a webhook API, email, SMS, who and the priority. Okay, so it can be it is a flexible rule management, but you need to understand what is the rules that we need to be created. Right, employee mustering. Okay, you use it to as a prevention of too many employee or asset mastered in a space, or as way to ensure the employee check in into a safe space during evacuation. Okay, secure zone is a setup space with access control. When employee enters space that they should not have access, an alarm will be triggered for 24/7 security management. You can also set a zone to detect sudden change in the temperature in the space for fire detection or ambient air control failure. All right. So, yep. As for now, you guys have any question on the Omaya workspace, Omaya crowd, or you guys have any concern that I can clarify to you guys? Anyone?